Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of How to Survive the Upcoming Zombie Apocalypse with me, Kenny B. Today's episode we're going to talk about close combat weapons, again. Because some of you people just aren't getting it, thanks to shows like The Walking Dead. I actually have a prop set up for this, make it quite clear why the whole stab with a knife thing doesn't work. As you can see, this is a mannequin head. I have an ordinary lock blade knife embedded in the eye socket. As you can tell, it's in there. Unfortunately, as you can see, the blade itself doesn't go far enough back to do the necessary damage. Here is where you want to drive the knife in and stab a zombie. Because this here is where the brainstem is. Once you get in there, you gotta twist it a little bit. Twist it, bring it out. Dead zombie. Same for back here. Once again, back here it doesn't take that much force. Drive it in, because it's an unprotected area of the skull. Because the base is right where the spinal column meets up. Jab that knife in, twist it a few times real good. Disabled zombie. Stab him in the eye socket. Doesn't do anything. Does limited damage. And the top of the head. Once again, doesn't get the penetration to the back of the skull where that brainstem is. So, any zombie hunters out there, take it from me, Kenny B. This is a useful tool for some things, but for killing zombies, not so much. Which leads me to my next point. Was at the gaming shop talking to some friends, and they were asking me my opinions on the movie Vanguard. In the movie Vanguard, our protagonist is this deaf guy, walks around with 2 hatchets. As you can see, I have 2 hatchets. Hatchets are a handy weapon. I like them to an extent. But for two-handed combat, they lack the chopping power of the katana. Well, the katana has a slicing power, especially when you wrap it with blue foam cord. Plus, this style of fighting, a little bit more difficult to learn, because you can use the hatchet itself has the ability to hook things. But since zombies don't use weapons, they just come at you, it's kind of pointless. If you're going to carry anything in his hand, maybe a shield, so you can swat the zombie aside, come in for the kill shot. But once again, remember what I just mentioned. Without hitting the brainstem, all you're going to do is damage the zombie, maybe immobilize it a little bit, or make it more difficult for it to move around, but does not kill it. So therefore, that zombie is still active and a threat. Which means, wham! I chop the zombie in the neck, knock it down. Now, I'm scavenging, looking around for some stuff. If I'm not paying attention, that zombie can still take a bite out of my tasty flesh. Which is why a lot of times when I'm out in the zombie apocalypse zones like Benoit, Willamette, Colorado, I usually wear chainmail or leather, depending on the weather. In warm weather I stick with chainmail because I can just wear Under Armour underneath it, keep me cool, keep the zombies from biting me. Colder weather, I can wear a leather jacket, very stylish. and still good for protecting against bites. Unfortunately, not everybody's sensible like me. You'll see people out there running around and just like the guys from Walking Dead. They'll wear jeans and a t-shirt thinking they're safe when they're not. Body armor, to an extent, is just as important as your weapons choice when trying to survive in the zombie apocalypse. Now, as I said, with this hatchet, you can do a good deal of damage. Like I said, your best bet is to have some kind of makeshift shield, trash can, lid, whatever. Just come up, bash, come in from the side. From the side, you can hit the base of the neck. Get enough bite, get enough swing, you'll bite into the zombie's neck, damage the brainstem, down it goes. Also, the nice thing about a hatchet, it doubles over as a hammer. You need to nail something in. If you're trying to like make an improvised defense, you can use that. The hatchet itself, door's barricaded. You can hit around the hinges, damage the hinges. If you hit the area around the hinges, take the door down. It's a versatile tool, and I suggest carrying one if you can. It's a very, like I said, very handy item to have during the zombie apocalypse. Next weapon that people talk about using: the crowbar. Gordon Freeman of Black Mesa is one who pioneered the usage of this. Now, with the crowbar, I haven't wrapped it up in blue foam cord, so I'm kind of curious about how strong it would be. It's more of a bashing weapon. Once again, you can come around the side, hit the zombie in the side and in the head, do your damage. Or, come around the side, hook into the back of the zombie's base of the skull. Once you hook it, you can snap it. Because you basically do this kind of motion. Whack, boom. Once again, drives the hook into the base of the skull of the zombie, damaging the brainstem. And once again, this is a very handy tool to have during the zombie apocalypse. Obviously, you can pry open a door, windows, cars, break into things if you need to. Somebody has a firearm safe in a building you're searching, jam it in, give it a good yank, bust that thing open. It's very important. That's why I'm a big fan of carrying one of these too. In my bag that I carry when I'm out in the field, I do carry a crowbar, carry a hatchet for the tool usage. Now, there was an amusing movie called Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, they used a cricket bat to kill zombies. Well, in the States, we don't have cricket bats. We just have regular wooden or aluminum baseball bats. I like baseball bats to an extent because you can wield it like a sword almost. But once again, it doesn't have stopping power. You know, you can one arm swing it, you'll slow a zombie down, knock it. If you can knock it down, then you can just keep smashing the skull in until you eventually damage the brainstem. But another nice thing about baseball bats is they're versatile to use. As I said, I can swing it like a sword, or I can use it in this manner, where every part of the bat is a weapon. Which is nice, but I really prefer using it as a sword because it keeps distance from the zombies. And that's the important part. Keeping your distance from these things is how you prevent yourself from being infected. Zombie blood gets on your cut, you might as well just put a bullet in your own head. Now we're going to go back to the kukri for a minute. One of the things we were talking about at the game store again was what you could do with a kukri. As I said before, it's a great chopping weapon. Not as good as katana in terms of like killing power, but another nice thing you can do with it is chop off limbs. It takes us a bit of practice, but I've found that there's times when I'm using a pistol and might go on empty, and I'll have to use the pistol as a club for a minute. Boom! Chop downwards into the zombie's leg and pull back. Take a zombie off at the knee. Or at other times, I'm engaging targets. Boom, 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 boom. And a zombie might come up along this side. Now, I don't have time sometimes to swing around, but if I'm like this, once again, I can take a zombie off at the knees. But, like I said, it's not my preferred weapon when I'm moving around. My preferred weapon is still my katana, because, like I said, blue phone cord makes it extremely powerful. But for some people, this might be their choice, you know. Sense of fashion, perhaps. Not sure. But that's all up to the individual. As I said, kukri is a fine weapon. Like I said, it's got some superb chopping power. It's got a lot of weight behind the blade. And I do like the angle for, like I said, sweeping into the legs or into the back of the neck. Oh, give me a second. Silly me. Like I said, safety first. Always keep your weapons sheathed and holstered when you're not using them. Oh, my bad. Now, if you do feel the need to wander around with a knife during a zombie apocalypse, I would suggest a nice K-bar, Tanto style, chisel tip, perfect for puncturing the skull. The blade's long enough, obviously, to go in. Cut into the thing there. Yeah, well, I'll show you a little later with that. But, like, as you can see, I can easily drive a knife down through the eye socket into the brainstem. Twisty twist. Zombie's dead. Once again, safety first. Don't want anybody wandering around getting cut. Me, the girlfriend, or whoever. And another thing I have to address. Right now I'm trying to get on the Talking Dead show. As a zombie professional, they need my help on nitpicking these episodes, telling everybody where the survivors went wrong, and we're debating on here at the base operations of setting up a page saying "Get Kenny on Walking Dead," because you guys need me on that show to explain to everybody how to properly go through the zombie apocalypse and live. Also, True Blood fans, stop emailing me. I know you're happy that I, pick on the Twilight fans all the time. You're not much better. There's no, whatever the fuck his name is, the nice vampire guy from True Blood. They're not like that. You really want to see what a vampire is? It's more like Blade / 30 Days a Night. They really don't care about you. They just want to drink your blood and use you for whatever the hell they have in mind. So please, I'm not on Team Suki or whatever the hell you guys want to call yourselves. Stop emailing me. I'm not going to respond back to you anymore after this. But for anybody else, if you have questions regarding the zombie apocalypse and how to survive it, you can email me at kbeaumont44@yahoo.com. Look for me on Facebook, Kenny B, public figure, because after all, I am a public figure, doing my service to prepare you for the zombie apocalypse. For the most part, like I said, I'm only answering zombie questions from now on. Not going to be dealing with werewolves, vampires. Maybe I'll occasionally have a theme, like we're working on a St. Patty's Day one, which we're going to talk about leprechauns. Right now I'm doing research. Been watching Leprechauns 1 through 4 to make notes and let y'all know any tips I can delve from that, because I really haven't had much experience dealing with leprechauns. For now, that's it. Till next time, Kenny B, signing off. Take care, keep your weapons handy, and remember, the zombie apocalypse is coming. Goodbye.